We're sitting here in the heart of the Russian River Valley at Benovia Winery. We're out here on the crush pad, and it's an exciting time of year for us. Middle of September. We've gotten started just about 2 weeks ago picking grapes. We're right in the heart of our Pinot Noir season. We picked a little bit from this ranch. We have a little more coming in this next week, so it's a good time.
So the smell of honey, huh? A little bit of leather too. It's really important to have the grapes be cool so you get a little soak before the fermentation process starts to occur. It's foggy this morning, so it's beautiful. We can start at first light, but if it's going to be a sunny day and the sun comes up at 6:30, we start at midnight or 2 o'clock in the morning and get the grapes to the winery no later than 8:30 in the morning so that they can process the fruit, and then the berry temperature is still whatever the temperature was overnight.
So these grapes were hand harvested, brought to the winery, destemmed, allowed to sit for 5 to 6 days at cold temperatures without any fermentation. And then we allowed the fermentation to kick off with the indigenous yeast that came in on the skins. So very natural, very native product. We've got some fermenters at a couple different stages. The one we'll look at is actually Pinot Noir that was harvested about 6 days ago and has just begun to ferment. So the skins and seeds that are pushed to the top of the tank from all the CO2 that's being produced from the fermentation, we then look to reincorporate the skins and seeds into the tank through the use of a punch down device. Do this a couple times a day, and once the fermentation kicks off, we may increase the number of punch downs to 3 and maybe 4 depending on the vintage. All the flavor and color comes from those skins and seeds, so this is a really important part of the fermentation process, and one that we like to have a lot of control over in terms of extraction, the level of tannin and the level of color in the wines. In this tank we have about 3.2 tons worth of fruit, and this will yield approximately 7 barrels, something like that. You can see how dark red, almost black the skins are at this stage. It's very early in the fermentation. Later in the fermentation, once the yeast have produced alcohol, you're going to rob the color from the skins, and the hue is going to turn more pink after you've extracted all the color from the skins. Beautiful aromatic raspberry and blackberry kind of wafting out of the tank. This is a fun time of year for us. We spend 11 and a half months of the year getting ready for our 2 weeks or 6 weeks in some cases, and this is where the culmination of all that hard work comes together.